We have been made to believe that once the events of life are not happening in accordance with our expectation of life, then because of that, it is an external event. We tend to believe that external events are the reason why we cannot move forward in life. But it is not our fault, because it is based on how we have been conditioned to believe and see things, as well as how we see ourselves. Our parents and the adults around us while we were growing up as infants, they did their best to raise us. Kudos to them. They conditioned us so that we will not act like wild animals. But despite the necessity of the conditioning, there are some damages that they have made on us. They conditioned us in a way that some of the things that they made us to believe, most of those things are acting as a mental clutch. In fact, a bunch of mental clutches that are clutching our life, that are holding us back. And until we declare a war against them, there's no way we can live a high standard of life that God wants us to live. Until we break out from those negative beliefs that we inherited from our parents, our teachers, and everyone around us while we were growing up, until we break through from those mental hurdles, there's no way we are going to live the best life that we envision to live in our lifetime. There are so many things that we believe to be the truth that are not really the truth. Because one thing that you and I must know is the fact that nothing on earth has any meaning except for the meaning that our mind gives to it. And that is why William Shakespeare said that there is nothing good or bad except for what the mind makes it. Everything that you have believed right from your childhood to this point, everything that you are still believing today, were based on those do's and don'ts that you have gathered over the years. Those fragments of do's and don'ts. Thou shalt not see this, thou shalt not see that, thou shalt not eat this, thou shalt not eat that, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. All those fragments of beliefs, you have gathered them, and now they have cemented themselves. They have formed a concrete of beliefs that you are making decision out of. Your condition is a function of your conditioning. You cannot have a condition that is not consistent with your conditioning. And that is why before you could get from where you are now to where you want to be, you have to develop new beliefs. So what I want you and I to wrap our mind on is the fact that You are as powerful as the person that is living the kind of life that you want to live. You are as powerful as that role model that you want to be like. But before you can be acting and living the kind of life that that role model is living, you have to believe things that are consistent with the kind of belief that that role model has. For example, you might say, I want to be like, let's say, Dangote. So if you take for example that you want to be like Dangote, it's not about his daily routine, it's not about his skills that's going to make you to be like him. The skills are necessary, not downplaying the role of his skills, his work ethics and all of that. But one of the things that is going to get you to act like him is your conditioning, is your mental framework, is how you have conditioned yourself. That is why it is very necessary to recondition yourself first before you can be like him, before you can be like that role model that you want to be like, before you can be your best self. It is not about all the certificates, all the certification that you have gathered over the years. It is not about all the skills that you have learned over the years. It is about your mental framework. It is about your self-concept, which comes from your beliefs. What you believe is as important as your certification and your skills, because without a well-rounded beliefs, those skills and certification cannot help you. That is why you have so many skilled and certified people that are still struggling in the street, because they don't have the kind of beliefs that will help them to act like their role model. Two people can learn the same skills, but they will never get the same results in life. And the difference is in their beliefs, because your beliefs as a person shape your worldview, and your worldview shapes your action. Then your actions shape your results. And that is why what you believe is so much important. And the best way to get your beliefs right is to declare a war against yourself, against your belief system. That is what needs to be shattered before you can move forward. There are things that you and I know how to do, but when we think of them, we make reference to our beliefs. Once our beliefs are not in alignment with those things, we will find an excuse not to do those things. But once we have an intention to do something and we mate it with our beliefs, one thing is consistent with our beliefs, we will feel the surge of energy to do that thing. But once your beliefs are not in alignment with that thing, you won't do it. Like, take for example, let's say you are Starboy Wizkid. You are a musician. Wizkid is a musician. But you are a gospel artist. You are a gospel musician. Wizkid is a secular musician. Whiskey might want to shoot a video. He might think of using ladies that will wear only underwears in the video, based on the fact that he is a secular musician. Whiskey will not feel bad about it, because once he makes reference to his belief system, he's not going to feel any resistance to use Olosho in his video wearing only underwear, because that action is in alignment with his beliefs. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about you now that is a gospel artist. You want to shoot your video, and a thought of using Olosho that will be wearing only underwears flashes into your mind. As a gospel artist, the first thing you are going to do is to start casting and binding the spirit of the devil, the spirit of Lucifer that has brought in that thought into your mind, because the use of Olosho or a lady, a girl that will be wearing only underwears, that thought is not in alignment with your beliefs. So you are going to kick against that. You are going to fight back against that beliefs. You are going to see it as a bad thing, because you are coming from a gospel artist background. So you are going to feel, you are going to sense have some mental clutches that are going to hold you back from taking action, from using Olosho in your videos. Whereas to Whiskey, it is nothing, because using of Olosho is consistent with his own beliefs. He's going to see it as a normal thing, because that is consistent with his beliefs. And with that analogy now, I believe you will definitely agree with me that your beliefs really define your action. So to take action in a way that you have not taken before, you have to start questioning your beliefs. You have to start debunking and rebuilding your beliefs, because without declaring war on your beliefs, you can't act different from how you've been acting. The only way a gospel artist will use Olosho in his video is for him to start thinking like Whiskey. And the only way Whiskey is going to stop using Olosho in his videos is for him to start thinking like a gospel artist. It's for him to start believing like a gospel artist. So everything grinds down to your beliefs. All the things that you think, that those external things that you think are holding you back, they are not the things that are not the things that are holding you back. The main thing that is holding you back from acting different from the way you've been acting is your set of beliefs within you. And that is why you must declare a war against them if you really want to act different from the kind of person you've been conditioned to act as. Because it is all about conditioning. You cannot have a different condition without a different conditioning. It is impossible. The difference between Whiskey and the gospel artist in the example that I cited is their beliefs. Nothing else. One thing I do believe is that nothing has meaning except for the meaning that you give to it. You might see the use of Olosho in the video as a bad thing. That is your business. You might see it as a good thing. That is your business. You have defined it for yourself, and so shall it be for you. So that is it. So we must know that we have a monument of power that God has loaded us with within us to become whatsoever we want to be. But first of all, before we can get there, we have to declare a war on ourselves to shatter our mental clutches, to shatter our negative conditionings that are holding us back. Nothing is wrong with you. There's no any village person that is stopping you. The only thing that is stopping you now is your belief system. And you need to shatter it if you really want to act differently and start getting different results. So I believe that this video has been of help to you, and if that is true, then just leave us a comment on a comment box to see how the video resonates with you. Thank you for watching.